new setup here. Let's turn the gain up on this just a little. How's that? Whoa, a little too much. A little too hot. Let's turn that down. Okay, let's try that. There. That seems to be the good spot as far as gain's concerned, and I can always make up for it with any compression. How's everyone's quarantine? So, I want to show you guys that I got a new mic dealie. This is me doing this is probably making a bunch of extra noise, but I got this thing, and it's nice. It's a little table boom stand, which is kind of neat. I kind of like it. It should make things a little easier for me, because before I had an actual arm stand, like on the side, and I was constantly adjusting it because it was constantly like slowly falling, and I would have to like bring it up. And you should be able to hear me better now because I'm talking directly into the microphone and yada yada yada, all that stuff. Usefulness, useful things. You can't see it, but I have a new desk. I got a new desk. I did not get a new backlight. It's just a phone light, but it works. It just takes some finagling. You just have to be willing to finagle until it looks right. So I finagled it. It's looking right. Anyways, so yeah, I have been working on stuff. If you guys are regularly tuning into my channel, you'll see that I dropped a few new songs. I'm working on a new album. I have the 3rd track finished, but I'm working on a video for it. I want to do a video release per track, and the video takes significantly longer than the song. I can write the song in a matter of a week, but the video, especially this one that I'm doing, is quite extensive, and it's taking me weeks to finish. And you can grind on something for like weeks, and then you have to be like, okay, I need to take a break for a while. So I'm hitting the brakes a little bit on that and playing catch up on some of this stuff, because I got a few requests for Reacts videos, and I'm gonna at least do a few today, and then hopefully I'll be able to do more soon. Let's just get the show on the road. So today we are going to do a recent one that just kind of just sounded interesting because of the enthusiasm of the commenter. He said Sleep Token came out with a song called Higher, and I don't know, I've never heard of Sleep Token. I've never heard of the song. Could be old, could be new. But he said, I will not be disappointed. So, with that expectation set, I better not be disappointed, all right? It came out 2019, last year. Just a little over a year ago. All right, let's have a listen. Here we go.
You say you won't begin again. Capitulate and let me in, 'cause I am a fire and you are dry as bone. You are taking your time, you are killing me slow, and I know we instigate.
Interesting voice.
Lacerate, 'cause you can remember only when you're
nice and natural vibrato.
I'm granting you more than the debt that I owe, 'cause I look for scarlet and you look for ultraviolet.
Their logo, whatever logo this is, reminds me of some sort of alchemical logo.
We just can't resist the violence, and you need the melody, I only need the silence.
Some cool vocal work.
Each time we battle the blood and the
It's fancy, but it's not like overdone, you know? It's a good organic feel to it. There we go. Those guitars take me back to early 2000s Tool-esque vibes, new metal vibes, just a little.
the
This, not at all.
You still refuse to shelter me, as I am a danger, and you're a long way from home. You are one among many, but you're now on your own, and I hate the way you look at me when I am not understood. 'Cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I
Drum mix is real snappy. That snare is like. This is vibey. It's not what I expected. I guess I didn't really know what to expect. Usually I expect something like just super brutal or heavy. Oh, maybe it might get heavy. Now it's heavy. Ooh. Super buzzy. Oh, yeah. Let's make it a little ugly. More harmonics. Yeah, it's getting grimy. Cool. They saved the heavy for the last part, which I like. Makes the whole song really dynamic. Cool. Okay. That was cool. Oh, Higher by Sleep Token. Very, very cool. They said, Sundowning out now. Click to worship. Am I worshiping you if I listen to your music? I mean, are people worshiping me if they listen to my music? Is that how this works? It's kind of a silly wording. It's obviously intentional. I wonder what that's about. Maybe it's just a gimmick. Who knows? But that was a cool song. As far as like mix was concerned, everything was a little bit more resonant in the higher end. I didn't get like smacked around in the low end, but when they did go low at the end there, I still felt it. As far as like the mix just being cohesive, it nailed it. A completely cohesive mix that made sense, and I'm not really complaining. I do think that I always want to be able to hear the bass. I always want to be able to hear it stand out on its own. It filled the space that it needed to, but it didn't stand alone. It didn't make that, in my opinion, like that perfect trifecta of guitars, you know, where it's like you have the guitars doing this stuff up here, and then you have the bass right here carrying, like lifting all the guitars up. And that's kind of how I visualize my perfect like mix scenario when I hear that kind of stuff, because I want to hear the bass almost as much as I want to hear the guitars, you know. But a lot of people don't think that. A lot of people think that it just needs to fill in that frequency void. Either way, that's a very, very cool song. It had like not folky, but like I don't know how to word this. Modern. How do I word this? Modern. Like the vocals slightly reminded me of whatever that Dragons, Imagine Dragons or something like that. Is it Imagine Dragons? Imagine Dragons kind of vibe a little bit. And it just kind of was chill the whole time up until the end. And then the end got nice and smacky and heavy. But it didn't feel drawn out at all. I was able to just vibe with it the whole time. Really, honestly, I don't really have much to say on the mix beyond the fact that it's a little bit higher end resonant than for my taste, but that also could be my headphones, because I've noticed that when I wear other headphones I get kind of a more lower end filled. It's hard to know with headphones because all headphones are calibrated differently, but I really like these ones, so I always try to listen with these ones if I can properly listen. So but no real complaints about the mix. Honestly, everything was communicated really, really well. I could hear everything really well. I like the vocals. I like the guitars. I like the drums. When things got heavy and big, I could feel the energy shift, but it didn't break away from the consistency of the mix. So, well done. I like that. So let's check out these lyrics. Does the debt and the song being called Higher have to do with, like, society and our continued raised debt? And is he kind of like, it's not clear as far as like what we are talking about here, but it's well written. I like how it's written. It's very poetically written, like where he says, I look for scarlet, you look for ultraviolet. We're exhausted by all this pretending. It's like, why is pretending something exhausting? You're exhausted by actual labor, not pretending. We just can't resist the violence. Like, we want the violence. You need a melody. I only need the silence. Like, it's constantly back and forth in the way that the writer constructed his phrasing. So I think that it's pretty cool the way that it reads. You know, I'm a fire, you're dry as bone. You're taking your time, killing me slow. It's like, and he even says we go back and forth. In the verse 1, he says go back and forth. Who is he talking to? I dig it, though. I dig it. I especially like the dynamic of the song. I really like it, especially since when it did go heavier, it didn't break free from the identity that it established in the beginning. And I really like that, both mix-wise as well as songwriting. Like, it still felt like the same song. So that is well done from a songwriting standpoint, you know, strictly musical standpoint. And as far as the lyrics are concerned, I can't decipher some of it. You know, some of it is just really, really... I don't like thinking about this hard about lyrics, to be honest. And I guess that's not the lyrics' fault. So yeah, maybe there's just something that I'm not understanding. You know, I might not be on the same wavelength of thinking as the writers, or there's just some sort of theme throughout the album. What do these lyrics mean to the author? There's a lot to consider and make room for possibility, you know, when it comes to the lyricism here. Because it could be a multitude of things. It could just be a relationship between a person. We don't know who the person speaking is. We don't know who the person he's speaking to. Maybe it's two different entities, you know, or two different systems. It could be a number of things, you know. It could be a number of things. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, it's definitely this, or I can definitely tell what this is about. Sometimes I can, you know. Sometimes lyrics make themselves very obvious. Sometimes lyrics don't make themselves as obvious. I feel like it's less obvious in this, and I can at least agree there is some sort of back and forth with how he constructs his phrasing, and it all is very poetic. That was nice. Yeah, good suggestion. It didn't blow me away, but I also enjoyed it. So, good suggestion. Keep hitting me with more suggestions, and I'll keep coming back to these when I can. You know, I'm also trying to juggle other things. What I was afraid of is that my channel was going to become just a reaction channel, and I don't want to do just a reaction channel, obviously. But at the same time, some of you people like it. You know, you guys keep suggesting stuff, and don't worry, I write your suggestions down. And I've been wanting to come back to this and do this. So, taking a break from animating and writing, and coming back to this and stuff just for some fun, I think will be nice. A nice little change up. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next vid. Thanks for the suggestion. That was Higher by Sleep Token. Talk soon.